Yo, it's 8 a.m. on the west. Yeah, so guessing it's 11 on the other side. Still sitting. Nothing, they ain't got nothing for us. So we're just still sitting. Um, how you doing, man? Um, I want to say this to start the day. I'm thankful for the day. Blessed. Glad I woke up. Glad I'm safe. Good morning. Glad I got a job. Um, sorry, I'm looking for something. My bad. I was waiting on something, but I want to say that one thing I'm starting to learn as I'm on the road, not even just from trucking, but just from life in general, is I need to practice patience and patience and understanding. Looking at stuff while I'm talking to y'all. But yeah, I need to practice patience and understanding. I think a lot of times when I go off on the rails, I'm kind of emotional. You know, it can be solved easily with just a little bit of thinking, a little bit of conversation. I think sometimes I just really go off my emotions. I've been saying a lot of things about Swift, and whether they're true or not, I think it can be understood more with a little bit of conversation. And I don't think what's going on with Swift is malicious, and I don't think what's going on with my trainer is malicious. I think it's just, sometimes people just be in their own head. They don't really be thinking about you in particular, and that's fine. You don't have to take it as a personal attack or take it like they're disrespecting you. But that does happen. People do tend to seem to disrespect you because they just don't care enough. You just a number to them, or you just whatever. What really made me upset with the things that's going on is I just felt like, you know, like I don't think they checked on me enough to see if I was ready to progress, and I don't think that they checked on the trainer enough to see if he's actually doing what he's, at least from my perspective, they didn't. You know, and then it's a lot of times where he was able to contact them and I wasn't. So it starts to feel disrespectful. How have I called you 3, 4 times, and then as soon as he pick up the phone, he gets connected with you immediately? We should all be treated like employees. The same. I don't care how long you've been working here. How do you know what maybe they trying to uh, limit the amount of traffic by only talking to the trainers. I don't know, but still, how do you know if I might have a personal concern? What if I have to tell you something about him? What if he did something? That's why that's important. You know, um, it's a lot. And then I'm on top of the fact that I'm just ready to be home to my kids, which that's nobody's fault. That's on me being prepared to be on the road as a trucker. I just think when I left, it was just things I think it was a matter of miscommunication with, you know, I think the way they sold it to me, which I feel like they would sell it to anybody like that, but they sold it to me like, oh, it'll be, I've seen people graduate this quick and all that. But then in the reality, you're not doing anything to see if I progress that quickly. They don't, basically, when I got here, then I started to talk to them, they was like, oh, stop worrying about time. It's really about the training. You know what I'm saying? So it went from them selling that to me like, oh, I see people graduate this quick, to them saying, oh, don't worry about time. You're here for training. So it's like it turned into that when I actually got here. Then they were selling me this dream about dedicated accounts, and then it doesn't really work like that. Like people don't just They made it seem like, oh yeah, as soon as you upgrade, you can just go pick a dedicated account. To me getting here, and it was like, nah, like we barely have dedicated accounts, and it's a waiting list for them. So one thing I will say the difference with Melton is they were upfront. That's the reason why I didn't choose them. It's because they were completely honest about everything. Now, if Swift, and I guess that's the difference between me joining Swift and joining um, and not joining Melton, because had Swift had been completely honest with everything, I would have just went to Melton because they were already better with the customer service, and it wouldn't have been no difference between the two. But one thing I will say is that besides all of that, the things that Swift has over Melton is they actually do have dedicated accounts. So it's a possibility one day of me, I could get one, but it ain't like it would. Those dedicated accounts are just gonna go open like that. They do have dedicated accounts. Um, they do have a variety. They have reefers, they have flatbeds. They just started hazmat. Flatbed is flatbed, and they also, you know, I don't have to tarp. I don't have to tarp dealing with I don't have to tarp dealing with Swift. So there's still some pluses. I talked to my brother and I said, I've been this far with Swift. I'm you know I'm not soft. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to work. You know things ain't gonna be perfect. Let me just stick it out. And my brother said, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but also you got to make sure you don't feel stuck. You want to be happy where you are. So as I go through this thing with Swift, see how I think I'll realize the real once I get my own truck. Then I will start looking and trying to decide whether this is the right move for me. Things started off rough, but they don't have to end rough. So we're gonna see how it go. We're gonna see how it go, and as we talking, we just now got a load, so I'm gonna look at this load and let y'all know what it is. All right, so sorry, trying to fix the mic. So the load we got is going basically all the way across Texas towards Florida. So that's the good news. The bad news is we're going to be driving 340 something miles empty, and they're only trying to pay us for one empty mile. So basically, we're going to be unpaid for 300 and something. So we can't move. We cannot move until they fix that. And I'm calling, nobody's answering the phone. I'm guessing he's calling. So we're going to be sitting until one of them answer the phone and uh, fix this. I'm pretty sure they're pretty busy or whatever. So we're gonna give it some time and see how it goes. So I guess my trainer figured it out or whatever. So once again, I wasn't able to get a hold of them, but I guess he was. So I guess we got something figured out. I don't know. We're gonna see. Today I got cucumbers, apple cider vinegar, and cayenne pepper. Got this full of greens, no added sugars, and I got this coconut water also with no added sugars. So we're gonna do good today. For the rest of this trip, I'm gonna think positive. I'm gonna eat positive. I'm gonna treat my body good. And we're gonna make the end of this training go well, man. Forget all the negativity and the criticism. We're gonna end it well. Today we're gonna lead with positivity, man. Think positive. I'm gonna be positive. We just we're gonna do our best to keep our mind in great places, communicate properly, and do all the great things we're supposed to do. I'm about to go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, and do everything I need to do before I leave. And we're gonna have a great day. We're gonna have a great day. We had to stop to get fuel. Got about an hour left before we get to the hub. Pretty smooth day today, man. Pretty smooth day, man. Can't complain. I'm ready to see my kids, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready to see my kids. I'm about to munch on this sub. I'll let y'all. All right. Recap the day as I get ready for my shower. I hit 180 hours. Only 20 to go. I only got 18 left on my, 16 hours left on my 70-hour clock, which means I have to take a 34-hour reset soon. So I'm hoping that they just, graduate me out when I have to take my 34-hour reset. But we will see. We will see. Uh, Recap of the day. Today was real good, man. Today was a real good day. I did like 5 backups. That's unusual. Usually I get about 2. So 5 backups. We went to the border. We had to drop off a load at the border of Mexico and Arizona, or it was in Texas. I think it was Texas. We had to do something unusual. We went to a drop place a drop place. Basically, it's a place where you drop trailers that need to go across the border, but you can't go across the border. And it was real tight, and I had to pull a trailer from in front of another trailer. So it was a lot of maneuvering, but I got a good experience. Hold on just one second. Yeah, so got a good experience doing that. We in El Paso, Texas, and we headed east. We getting ready to. I believe by the time I get done with my 34-hour reset, I should be done and headed home. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get myself set up to get my TWIC card. I already took my hazmat test, so I just gotta pay for my background check. Do my background check for that. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and take my doubles test. I made my tanker test, and yeah, just be ready to when I finally go on the. Oh, it's not. When I finally go on the road, I want to be fully capable of doing anything. So uh, yeah, I don't know if y'all heard me because the microphone was up, but yeah, I'm almost ready to go home. We headed east. I'm almost done with my house. 180. Set up to get my TWIC card. My I'm only repeating this because I don't know if you heard me. My TWIC card, my tanker endorsement, and I'm already ready for my hazmat. I just gotta do my background check. So it was a good day, good experience. Road to be done and upgrade to my own truck.